It's not a normal world, it's Taskmaster world. Welcome back to the video. Now before the video begins, the channel is changing. What to, you might ask? Well, nothing. It's still going to be Taskmaster world, but with a slight editorial difference. Each week I have been doing a review on Taskmaster Series 14, the UK version, right? But I only seem to review the UK version every single week in this format. But I don't do that with any other version. Well, I do on the podcast, but I do that with guests. Like, I interview them and then we talk about the episode. So, and I do that, and I thought, well, I've been thinking lately, well, the Taskmaster UK podcast does this, and then Jamie does TV reviews, but doesn't review every episode, so I thought, right, I'm making the decision. So we're going to review Taskmaster Series 14 Episode 6 now, and the next video you'll see on this channel will be my thought on Taskmaster UK Series 14 so far, which is where I'll briefly tell my thoughts on episodes 7 and 8. So then what will happen is that we'll review episode 1 of series 15, right? Obviously we will do the New Year's special. So in December time I will review the New Year's treat as usual, doing this usual format, but because that's a one-off thing. So what will happen is I'll review series 15, episode 1, and then about episode 8. So I'll write my notes each week as usual, and then about episode 8 I'll then give my thoughts on the series so far, where I go through my notes and go, here's what happened here, and here's what I thought this prior task, like this, that, the other. So it'll just be an overview. So that I don't make too many UK videos, and I can talk about, what's my thoughts on the Australian version, or what's my thoughts on Taskmaster Denmark Series 1 episode, whatever. I can do all that and do more in-depth videos and alter them, and then it's not UK, nothing, right? There is a special video coming out soon on the 1st of December, that'll be filmed tomorrow, so I don't really want to film too much Taskmaster World. So, and it's also because I'm now, was supposed to be reviewing episodes 6, 7 and 8, and I don't really want to have to go, alright, get ready, come on, let's film them all, even though we're behind. And then like the videos like mediocre and rubbish and blah. So, we'll review this one as we normally do, because I've already set up to do that. But then when we come to do next one, which will be Taskmaster Series, my thoughts on Taskmaster Series 14 so far. Which basically means I'll be reviewing episodes 7 and 8 in one go, but also giving my other thoughts on the series. Hopefully that does make sense, because I really want this to make sense to you guys. Because I want this channel to be good, amazing, not mediocre. Because it was getting good, so let's say if you wanted to watch one of my videos, right, and you didn't really want to watch a review, what other content do I have? Well, I've got an interview with Justine Smith, an interview with Josh Thompson, an interview with Paul Ego, a clip from the 2010 original Edinburgh Fringe show, everything we need to know about Taskmaster Quebec. We've got a Champions of Champions 2 review, an interview with Tom Ferdness, sorry for mispronouncing your name. We've got a Taskmaster Sweden Bestie Test Series 6 mashup with the New Zealand version. So we've got a variety, but then we go episode 3 review, 4 review, 5 review, and it's like, we don't want that. We want variety. So we've got that. Because I run 12 channels, I need to sort of work out what the variety is, because we've got Taskmaster World, Gogglebox World, Bake Off World, right? Bake Off World needs a video, which will probably be filmed soon, right? This first proper video. We've got Gogglebox World needs to talk about my overall thoughts on Gogglebox Wales, but we also have a new channel we want to make, right? Which is either Panel Show World or Eurovision World. So I've got too many ideas going on, and I don't want to have to then go, right, here's my thoughts on the episode, la-di-da-di-da, and then ruin it and make, actually no, knock that off, and make the video awful and boring and like that. And I don't even know what this note means or this or the other. So I want to make them more engaging and more exciting. So that's why after this video, the whole videos are going to be changed, make me more excited and go, whoa, Taskmaster World's resurgence, energized, regenerated in a Doctor Who sense. So, what excitement are we going to get from Taskmaster World today? And also because I haven't got enough time today, because I've got other bits and bobs I need to do for other things, college-wise. So I don't have all the time as well. So I just thought, I haven't got the time, much of the time, and at the same time I want to improve all content across all channels before I create Eurovision World. Because I am going to do that, because I've got... Anyway, that's for a TGM production video that should have been filmed today, that might not be filmed today. It depends on what time it is when I finish some of my college work. Anyway, so let's get on to review this then, because as you said, we've had a few errors, so we have to do some transitions, and you've heard me witcher on, and you know the future of the channel. So, let's go back to the old channel for now, and let's review Series 14, Episode 6 of Taskmaster UK. What was the prize, Task, you may ask? The best thing you have reside from the past. Oh, you received from the post, not from the past. Oh, silly me. Sorry if the lighting's off as well. I don't know why. It just feels like the lighting's off to me. Dara O'Brien brought in a full Christmas turkey. Fern Brady brought in something inappropriate, I would say. I mean, because I wouldn't know how to explain it in a family-friendly context, because I don't know if there is one for it, so I just call it inappropriate. We've got John Curls with a Dennis the Menace pin badge. Bunji Chow Wow, I think he's called, with an inappropriate item, and Sarah Millican with a Philip Schofield autograph. Who had the best one? Well, obviously we've got Dara O'Brien with a full Christmas turkey, because he gets it delivered because he knows someone that owns like a farm or something, I think. I think that's the term we're using, or that's what it was, I think. So, what was the first task? So I wrote unknown app name at the time of writing. Within 30 seconds of the task, begin being opened. Pick up the milk with 2 hands. This feels like a Taskmaster Series 2 task. The task is from Taskmaster New Zealand Series 2 Episode 10, but the task has changed slightly. Dara O'Brien. He also spoke to Alex and was good at lifting the milk and realising he had messed up the task. Fern Brady. She also spoke to Alex. She was okay at holding the milk. John Kearns. He was having a conversation with Alex. He was okay at holding the milk. Munya. He was speaking to Alex. He struggled a bit. Sarah Millican. She also spoke to Alex, like all the others. Poured the milk onto the task. Yes. And I felt like that had been done before as well, but because the task was slightly different for the UK version, as now Fern Brady now knows, it sort of felt like it was still a unique take on it. On the thing, sorry, I just had a bit of nails sticking out, so I had to rip that off. So, it worked really well. Right. So, task 2. Get to the end of the line at the exact same time. Dara O'Brien, he did it in time to be added later. I never found out the time. Fern Brady did it in 29 and 24 seconds. So it was in Gatwick again. Oh, Gatwick! Amazing Gatwick Airport. They had the escalator thing, but the travelator I think they're called, because the escalator's on you up. The travelator's just a going flat on the ground one. So we had the travelator, and we had the walking, right? So Fern did that in 29 and that in 24. John did it in time to be added later. It never did, because I never found out at the time. Munya, he did it in time to be added later. It's because he said the time, but I wasn't too quick in writing it. Sarah Millican, she did it in time to be added later. Never was. Because I went on Taskmaster.info and I don't think they wrote down the time on there. I mean, it's not their fault because they've got too much else to do and life gets in the way of things, but I mean, that was the only thing that hindered me. And I don't really like using the fan wiki because you can edit it, so I'm not 100% sure whether that's 100% right, or if someone wrote it correctly and then someone then changed it and wrote it incorrectly. I don't know. Task 3. Strike the bullseye with the paint. Dara agreed. He followed the task properly. Fern, she walked quite slowly until her helmet came off. John Kearns. He struggled to read the task. Munya. He ran and almost got in straight away. Sarah. She was struggling with her balance. This was the first task in Taskmaster history to not get any points. Yes. That is what happened. There was no points actually scored, because they all had dropped paint at some point during the series, which I think is comical, and interesting, because I've never actually seen a version where no one's ever got any points. But bearing in mind it happens in every single version. Well, I've seen one episode for each individual version, but I've not seen every episode, apart from New Zealand. So, what was my favourite task from Task 1? Prize task, not included, but Task 1, 2, and 3. What's my favourite task? I quite like Task 1 because it was sort of reminiscent, sort of an ode to Taskmaster New Zealand, because I know that Alex watching every single version. We definitely know that for a fact. I think Task 2 was quite good, but not as good as Task 1. And I feel like Task 3, it was good, but it wasn't as interesting as Task number 2, because they didn't get any point. There was a lot of milk spillage, so I sort of felt like I sort of preferred the ambulance and the message of here's some paint, don't drop it, and they did. I think Chris Ramsey would have done good on that task. The live task. Alex, pre-live task question. What do you want? Inches or feet? They're if you don't know, they're the type of measurements. So they all did it once. They all seemed to enjoy the task, and the music was dramatic. They all did an okay drawing. The task was paint a picture of a unicorn whilst wearing a unicorn on your head. So they had those unicorn little brushes on their heads, and the different sizes. So inches would be smaller than a feet, right? So you have your feet being longer than an inch. So an inch is probably like, I don't know math, so I'd say an inch is that, and a feet is that. You catch my drift. So, there you have it. Who won this episode? It was the one. It was the only. If there's more than one, then they must have a different career than this other one. It was the one and only Sarah Millican. Well done, Sarah Millican. I'm just going to turn my little screen around because I want to properly just have a word. Well done, Sarah Millican. You deserve all the praise you get. Well done. Hopefully you win the series. Sorry that the camera moved. I mean, my camera fell earlier, right, by itself. So I put it by the side. It fell by itself. And then, now it's got a little bit weird. So I don't know why. Anyway, we'll have to end the video. We won't have to. We are going to end the video there. Hopefully guys you enjoyed it. So the next video that you'll see from this channel will be the new and improved format for the reviews, because I don't really want to do like I did it with Doctor Who, but that's like every week and then on for a while, and I have other Doctor Who videos to make in the meantime, right? With this, I do it and then I just don't film videos, and it's just annoying me really, so I want to get back onto it before I launch Eurovision World, which isn't out yet. I want to do it before the 11th of December so I can get on the bandwagon of Junior Eurovision. Anyway guys, thank you guys for watching, and remember, keep tasking. Bye! Check back later for a new video.
Hello everyone, please subscribe to Taskmaster World.